yeah. She gets it, she's on the best thing come. I wanna see your face. I know people. I wanna see your face. It's not too long. I wanna see your face. Really strong. I wanna see your face. See ya, see ya. I wanna see your face. See ya, see ya. Pretty face. When your money, anytime, anytime when I come, you know, say I miss you. Yeah, I miss you. Yeah. And anytime when I'm calling, make you pick up the phone, but you know that I need you. Yeah, say I need you. Yeah. My baby, my baby, please don't leave me. Don't leave me.
Chanda Scorpion, good to have you here. Hello.
You know, my baby, my baby.
Welcome, Chanda Scorpion, good to have you. Welcome. Good to have you.
I wanna see ya. It's like Elena Blande. When I kiss you early in the morning.
Okay. Okay, Chanda, no problem. Welcome everyone. Hopefully watching the Mary Cornelius. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate every one of you. Thank you so much. True Marcel, mommy, welcome. Good to have you here. Thank you so much, True Marcel. Pat Eyaba. Welcome. Thank you so much. Thanks for the thumbs up.
Wanna kiss you early in the morning. Go, shawty. You know it's only you that I want. Yeah. It's like Jelena Blonde. Wanna kiss you early in the morning. Go, shawty.
Welcome. Thank you so much. It's a beautiful Friday. Beautiful Friday. Welcome everyone. Come in, smash the like, and share out the stream if you can. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. 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 A beautiful Friday. Good evening, everyone. Good evening from Brazil. Good evening from this side of the world. Welcome to Love Night with Spice, which I call Noite de Amor with Spice. Noite is night, so it's Love Night with Spice. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much. True Mamle, Chanda Scorpion, Cornelius Okudili, watching a Mary, Okudili watching a Mary. Thank you so much, Pat Eyaba. Thank you for joining the stream. Guys, please, as you come in, kindly thumbs up and share out the stream. Let's have more people come in here. It's Friday night, and like we said, today is weekend. I mean, this is the day weekend start, and of course, it's going to be a beautiful weekend for everyone. And tonight we'll be discussing something that that gives us all a great concern, something that worries you and I, not just I alone, but I know it worries you because this has become a menace. It has become a thorn on our flesh. And unfortunately, more and more people are falling victim into this, which is pressure. The pressure in the society today is getting out of hand. The pressure to meet up, the pressure to compete, the pressure to be able to get those things, the pressure to join, the pressure to belong, the pressure to get it all is beginning to affect more and more youth and married couples. Nemi Inspired. Welcome, Nemi Inspired. Thank you so much for joining the stream tonight. I appreciate you, Queen. Thank you so much. And thanks for the thumbs up as well. Yeah, so the pressure is becoming more and more, I don't know, it's getting out of hand on social media, around us, our friends, our neighbors. People are giving into pressure by the day. Thank you so much. Yeah, people are giving into pressure on daily basis, especially the men. I know both the men and the women are under pressure, but it is more on the men. Yes, it is more on the men. May God help our generation. It is so sad because when you go on social media, you see young, promising men, promising young men who should be doing so well, all getting into crime, all for what? So they can meet up. Meet up with what? Who is giving that yardstick? Who is setting the standard? Thank you, Cornelius, for that share. I appreciate you. Who is setting the standard for this meeting up? Who is setting the standard for wealth? Ill-gotten wealth. Who is setting that standard? Why so much pressure? The pressure to join, the pressure to flaunt. Young men are no longer patient these days to even work hard a little bit. Couples who just recently got married are not even patient enough. Back in the days, we see couples when they get married. I remember when I was very young, couples who get married, they didn't marry as rich people. They didn't marry rich, but with time, you see them, putting heads together, the husband and the wife, putting resources together, putting heads together to build whatever they want to build. Today, I still remember some of these couples and they are doing so well. Why the pressure to get rich overnight? Why the pressure to be wealthy overnight? Why so much pressure that wives are no longer patient with their husbands? Or is it the husbands that are the ones putting unnecessary pressure on themselves so they can compete with their friends, their colleagues, show off to those who are not even looking, those who are not even interested in their wealth? Just to come on Instagram and flaunt the wealth. Come on social media, go on TikTok and flaunt ones of cash. Intimidating the ones who are hardworking. And the funny thing, those who are hardworking begin to look at themselves and, worry if they are not even doing enough. If they're not doing enough for themselves, if they're not putting in enough, if they're not putting in enough hard work. And these other ones who have gotten this wealth illegally in very criminal way, flaunt this riches, intimidating everyone. Why the pressure? Do not give in to pressure because you don't know that person that is posting something on social media. You don't know how he or she is making the money. Nemuza Wanyoma. Wanyoma, thank you so much. Welcome. Thank you so much. Welcome. I appreciate you. Cornelius said the pressure is from all angles, even from the religion organizations. If you don't give, you will not be blessed, etc. And that is the thing. The religious bodies, our churches, our mosques, are they helping matters? I'm here to let you know that you don't have to give into pressure. Because that person you see flaunting wealth on social media, you don't know how they got their money. Why don't you remain and maintain your hard work? You are doing well. You are trying your best. You are putting in your best as a young man. You are doing your best as a young woman. Looking at those people only helps to mount unnecessary pressure on yourself. Just recently, flaunting cash with stolen money. That is it. That is it. Just last 2 weeks, is it even up to 2 weeks, that this John Leon, was paraded. Prior to this moment, John Leon has been intimidating everyone on Instagram, flaunting his cash, telling people, giving them motivation that, look, you just have to work hard. When you work, you don't show the steps, but you show the result. And young people were getting intimidated. They were under pressure to be like John Leon. Always showing off, wants of cash. Alas, where did the money come from? This man has been kidnapping people. He's into kidnapping, young and old, women and children. And until luck ran out of him, this is what he has been doing. Kidnapping was what he and his group were doing for only God knows how long, until he was paraded and embarrassed. Hey, Sade, welcome. Thank you, Queen, for coming. I appreciate you, Sade. Welcome. Thank you so much. Until he was paraded recently, that was how the whole thing, somebody said, breeze don't blow, foul nyash don't open. Yes, because young men were thinking they were not doing enough. Look at Leon. Is Leon not a man? And some wives will be there telling their husbands, look at Leon. Leon is a man like you. Leon is taking care of his wife. Leon has this car. Leon drives this car. Leon has this. Leon has that. But alas, where is Leon getting the money from? Before you mount pressure on that young man, that hard-working young man, ask yourself, that person you are comparing your husband to, that person you are comparing your boyfriend to, are they making the same? I mean, is the person making his money legitimately? That man that you're comparing your husband to, what is his source of income? How is he making his money? Do you know what they do behind? Do you know if they sleep at night? Do you know how many lives have been wasted? Do you know how many bloods have been spilled? That you mount pressure, you compare yourselves with your mates. Have you asked yourself, those ones who were buried last week, they were equally your age mates. What happened? Why did you not go with them? Why did your husband not go with them? Why the pressure? Believe in yourself. Believe in what you're doing. Put in your effort and trust God, the giver of wealth. He is the only one that gives wealth. He is the only one that blesses a man. He giveth rich and adds no sorrow to it. For that is his blessing. He said he will bless the works of our hand. He didn't say he will bless us with what? He will bless the works of your hand. Meaning you have to have something doing that God has to bless you through. He's a channel. That thing you're doing can only prosper if it is legitimate, if it is legal. He will bless the works of your hand. Meaning that thing you are doing, he will look at it and will prosper it. Why are more young men getting into crime, getting themselves into crime and getting their hands dirty and soiled with illegal wealth? And you know the sad part? The wives, the women who are by marriage, attached to them, but indirectly faces the consequences as well. They may not have been brought to book by the law. They may not be arrested, but their names are being dragged all over social media. Their names are, their pictures are circulating all around social media. And which brings me to what I want to talk about today. Women, do you know the source of your husband's wealth? Do you know the source of his money? Do you know how he makes his money? Have you asked yourself, or you just want to sit down, Oriako, the queen of his empire, you sit down and eat without asking yourself, where is this man making his money? What is his source of income? What we have today are young women who don't care. All they know is they want to buy the latest wig or hair, the latest human hair. Whether the husband can afford it or not, they don't care. Whether his salary can afford it or not, they don't care. They want to drive the latest car in town so they can show off to their friends. Whether their husbands can afford it, they don't care. All they know that this man is bringing the money in. How is the money coming? How does the money flow in? Greed. Greed, the desire to make it and show off. Show off. And they don't just make this money and lie low. They make this money and they show off on social media, intimidating young, hard-working men and women. Leon, when he was arrested and paraded, all he was saying is they should forgive him. Forgive me. Oh, please, make una forgive me. Make una forgive me. Oh, my wife just born baby boy. My wife just born. Oh, make una forgive me. When he was involved in that, when he was having his field day, did he think about his family? Did he ever give a thought to the wife, an innocent baby that has just been born into this world, this sinful world? This greedy one, did he ever sit down to ask, if anything ever happened to me, what becomes of my wife and my child? When greed pushes a man, it blindfolds the man. When greed pushes a man, it blinds him and just struck him dead, because all that man is thinking about is that money. How to make that money. How to make that money. Until luck runs out. Every day they say it's for the thief. One day it's for the owner of the farm. Leon, this has been going on with him. He has been having a few days showing off. How many lives were lost in his hands? How many bloods were spilled while he was into this business? How many? There is something I saw on Linda EKG platform. I'm gonna go ahead and read this out, because this is something that happened in US recently. A young Igbo guy, Nigerian guy, who was recently apprehended in United States for what? Robbery. 29 years old young guy who could have been doing something with his life, but chose to be robbing for God knows how long. And he think he's smart, getting away with it all along. Every day for the thief. One day is for the owner of the farmland. Let me read what Linda Ikeji wrote on this. Now, this young man, Nigerian serial robber, blue cloth bandit, through lavish wedding 3 months ago before arrest for over 60 armed robberies in United States. Nigerian serial robber Charles Chukwuma Onwemelie through an elaborate wedding 3 months before he was arrested in connection with over 60 armed robbery in Los Angeles, California. He recently got married. Flamboyant wedding. Spent thousands of dollars. When I saw the footage circulating, I almost wept. How can a young man like this, not once, not twice, not 3 times, 10, 20, 30, 60 robbery cases, one person, 29 years. What has he been doing with all the money? Showing off and living flamboyant lifestyle. Showing off on social media. Through an elaborate wedding. Now I want to ask, that brings me to the question. Let me paste the link for whoever wants to come in. I'm going to drop the link. Let me quickly get the link here. So let's see if the link is here. So, okay, so that's the link there. Now that brings me to the question. Cornelius said, what is the meaning of elaborate wedding? Flamboyant wedding. Wedding that is just so, would I say, unnecessary expensive? Now, if you have the money, you can spend the money. But you see this show of flamboyant where everything has to be expensive. The wedding gown has to run in thousands of pounds, thousands of dollars, just one wedding gown. The venue, the decoration, the expensive cake, the ashebis, the outfit, his suit, the men on suit, the cars, all those things are flamboyant. The band, music, instrument, everything has to be expensive. Expensive wedding. Now, like I was saying, this young woman, innocent young woman that was recently married 3 months ago, 3 months, a young man of 29 years old, 3 months ago. Now the question is, did this woman ever try to know the source of this guy's income? Because there is no way she's going to tell me that she knows where he's working and she knows his source of income. and she's aware that he's into something legal. Did she ever try to know where this guy is making his money from, how he's making his money, what is his source of income, how is he making his money? Did she ever try to find out? Or she's just comfortable enjoying the wealth, enjoying the loot? He's spending thousands of dollars. She never cared to ask him. She never cared to find out. Now her pictures are circulating all over social media. When a man falls, they drag the wife along. The family is dragged along. His wife and children are dragged along. Which is why we men must try, endeavor to know the source of their husband's wealth. Try to know how he's making his money. If he's spending more than necessary, you know that his income, you know what his income is, and he's spending above his income, then you should ask questions. There is nothing like, yeah, it's investment. Yeah, what kind of investment? Women, it's time to ask your husband that investment that you don't know about. What is that investment that you don't know about? Have you tried to even find out what investment, what is he investing into? There are a lot of investments. Or you sit down and say, it's none of my business. It is your business, because if anything goes wrong, the marriage is ruined, the family is ruined. If anything goes wrong, the family will be dragged along. He's making his money through illegal ways, and all you do as a woman is to sit back and enjoy, drive exotic cars, go on exotic trips, put on designers and flaunt it all over social media. Alas, you know, like I said, some women know that this is how their husbands make their cash. This is where they make their money. This is how they make their money. But they don't care. It doesn't bother them one bit. It doesn't bother them at all. It doesn't. Cornelius said if they can easily hide it through other ways, it's not always easy to know if the person really wants to hide it. Yes, it's not always, but then when you begin to mount pressure and snoop around, you will definitely know. You will know. Don't relax, especially when you are not sure, especially when you can smell it. Like I said, women have this intuition. They have it, they can feel it when something is going wrong. Women can sense it when things are wrong. God has blessed women with, God has blessed women. Thank you, Pat Eyaba, for coming. I appreciate you, Queen. Thank you, Pat. God has blessed women with intuition. You know when your husband is into something illegal, unless you don't care. But when you want to know, especially when he's flaunting wealth, you know that this is beyond his source of income. Nancy Licious, greetings, Queen. Welcome, Nancy Licious. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Queen. Especially when you know that this is beyond what he is making. When you know it is beyond it, you begin to ask questions. And if he's not telling you, snoop around. You have their nose, snoop around, sense it, smell it, and mount pressure on him. Do not relax. Pat say, even women know. What would they do? Enjoy the money. Pat, this is true. Some women know, but you can do something. You can do something, because at the end of the day, if anything goes wrong, the woman will be dragged along. Yeah, women don't care, especially this generation. Thank you. They don't care, and this is becoming worrying. It's becoming a worry. Young men, imagine 29 years old man, over 60 robbery, all alone. And this young woman, this young wife that was married 3 months ago, how is she going to come out to tell the world that she's not aware of her husband's source of income? That she's not aware that the husband is into robbery or something illegal? How is she going to convince me that the husband, that she knows or she's not aware? When he's bringing in money, flaunting jewelry, gold and silver, taking you on exotic trips, and he doesn't go out to work like every other young man out there, it calls for worry. Host, you told us not to check our spouse's phone. Now you are telling us to do the CIA job. Pat, the truth is, when you sense something, you sense danger, you have to snoop. Yes, I snoop my husband's phone when I'm not comfortable, when my spirit is restless, when I want to find out something. I snoop sometimes, but I'm not snooping for side chick. That's what I was saying. When you begin to snoop to find out side chick, you give yourself heartache. But sometimes when you know that your husband's source of income is not clear. Mommy Fechi, welcome. Thank you so much for coming, Mommy Fechi. I appreciate you, Mommy. Welcome. Mebuzo says she may not know. Nem, this young lady, if she had wanted to know, that guy threw an elaborate wedding, very expensive wedding, 29 years old young man. What is he doing? Does he go out to work every day? Does she know his place of work? Where is he working? Where is his office? What kind of job is he into? Or does he just sit down with a laptop and say he's doing online? I know there are a lot of online jobs, but has she tried to find out what kind of online jobs? Because a lot of online jobs, illegal online jobs, are there. All this pressing, Inatan Jochego, and all that, they are online jobs. But for a young guy like that, train elaborate with it, and they're flaunting wealth on social media, he robs continuously. I am trying to convince myself that this young woman is not aware. I am trying so hard to convince myself that this young woman is not aware of this wealth, of his source of income. I am trying so hard to convince myself that gender fear them. He goes out to work at night. Thieves are liars. He may have hidden it from her. Yeah, every thief is a liar. Every thief is a liar. And if he goes out every night, has she tried? Like, I can't just sit down and not know. My husband is working. I don't know where he's working. I don't know the kind of job, and he goes out every night. It calls for worry. We have Pat Eyaba here. Pat, welcome. Thank you so much, Queen.
Good evening, Ma. Good evening, everybody. And Ifechi, Nancy Licious, Mr. Cornelius, everybody. And if you are talking as if you don't know this your new generation set of people. Let me give you an instance now. I know somebody, and my brother-in-law, the person is actually owing my brother-in-law salary. The man owes a private company for like 6 months that they've not paid him. Now my brother-in-law have to say, okay, I'm leaving the money with you. I'm not doing. Not just him, the man is owing more than 30 workers. He has not paid them. But guess what? The wife and the children went on vacation in the US. And they were flaunting it on social media. I was the one that even saw. I was like, look at this man where they owe people money. And I was asking my brother-in-law, are you sure? He said the wife knows that the man is owing them money. He said the last time they wanted to destroy something in the man's office, it was the wife that came and was pleading that, please, there's no money. But these same people went on vacation with 5 children, husband and wife. And you are owing people husband, people wife, salary, that they cannot feed their children. They've worked for you. So imagine if that kind of woman. So that means some of these women, they actually know what their husbands are doing. But because they want to live the good life. That's what I say. They want to live the good life. So they'll be like, what it be my own there?
And that is what I'm saying, Pat, as a young woman, suddenly, bros just wake up and say, I just bought this big car. You look the car, you celebrate and you clap for him. Next month, he comes home with another big car. You know his source of income. You know how much he has been making because you are the wife, right? And then next thing he told you that he just bought a big house in Banana Island. Are you just going to fold your hand and say, oh, God is blessing? You know, there is this thing that is disturbing my spirit. When people go to church today, the pastor prophesy that you're going to get this, you're going to get this job without applying for it, you're going to get a lot, you're going to get this wealth, unlimited amount of cash will enter your account, and you are not doing anything, and people are tapping. It worries my spirit. As a young woman, Pat, are you just going to fold your hand and say, wow, God is blessing my husband, without asking for his source of income? Where is this money coming from? Did he buy oil well? Did Buhari give him oil well? You will ask, isn't it? But when you sit down and fold your hand, that means you know that something is wrong somewhere, but you choose not to talk, so you continue enjoying the loot.
Host, you have a relationship with your husband. Some people, they don't have a relationship with their husband. The only relationship they have is open leg, give me food. Open leg, give me food. Apart from that too, they don't get any relationship. Some people, they don't discuss with their husbands. Their husbands they don't even know the job their husband. They don't, oh, my husband is a civil servant. Or my husband is a contractor. Almost half of the men in Abuja are contractors. Say he's a contractor. He can just bring motor home one day and say this is his car. He can just buy mansion.
Government just gave him that. Welcome, Nancy Licious. Thank you so much, Lady Posh. Welcome. I appreciate you. Nemi Inspire. Thank you so much. Welcome. Nemi said, I think social media pressure contributes a great deal. Everyone wants to be balling. And this is true. Pat, now, like you said, contractor.
Yes, now the pressure is getting worse.
If your husband says
the pressure is getting worse.
It's getting worse.
Contractor now, oil and gas building. He will tell you he's traveling. Most of these people that are into armed robbery, they don't even do it in their states. They travel. Let's assume they are living in Abuja. Their family might be in Abuja. They might be operating in Lagos, Kaduna, Kano. They'll go to another state and go and be doing their armed robbery. And they will tell their wife, we are going for offshore. There's a job they call offshore and onshore. I don't know if you know it. Plenty Port Harcourt people do that
offshore
job.
Is it not mostly oil?
Yes.
Oil company?
He might tell you he's going for offshore 2 weeks. And that offshore 2 weeks, he don't go do what he want to come back. And they might not even bring their guns home. Those people always have a rented apartment that they rent, that they keep all those. They are not, I don't know if you know, they bought one house recently in Lagos, one mansion like this. How many billions of tramadol they remove from the people? Like people went.
See your network? Are you there? I think it's a network. Okay. Before she comes back. Now, you see, Pat has a point here, and this thing really worries me. Pat, I just dropped the link again, okay? You can click on it and jump back in, okay? Let's continue this discussion. Now, you see, this is something that also worries me. Like I said, not every woman. Yeah, Pat, jump back on the link, please, okay? I dropped another link. Jump on it back, okay? Yeah. Now, this worries me. There are some women, and I know they don't know the source. They don't know what their husband does. And some don't even have mouth. They can't ask the man, how are you making your money? What is your source of income? When you don't have a good relationship with your husband, these things are bound to happen. When you don't know the man you're getting married to, a young man comes to ask for your hand. Lady Posh, thank you so much. Welcome. A young man comes to ask for your hand in marriage. And he comes in with convoys of cars, and then the kind of friends he comes to your compound with, you are not sure. Like I said, women have intuition. If you're God-fearing and you pray and you believe in God and you trust in God and you commit your marriage all the time in the hands of God, God will give you that intuition to be able to sense when something is wrong. Neighbors will say he may have a legal front like a small business, but actually most of his money comes from stealing. Yes, some of them have front, and this is what I'm saying, Nemuzo. If, for instance, I know that this is what my husband does, I see his business that he's fronting, I know it, but the kind of money he's coming home with is 10 times more than what his income. Thank you for the thumbs up. It's more, 10 times more than what his income can afford. Then that calls for worry. That is when a woman should speak out. Thank you, Lady Posh, for that thumbs up. Please, guys, as you're coming in, kindly thumbs up. Amazing people. I have 16 people watching me. Please drop the thumbs up, okay? He will tell you whatever he senses you want. He senses you want to hear. All what women are interested in these days is a man that have money and affluence. God, and this is saddening. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. Some have business and do robbery as side hustle. Thank you. Some women know but don't care. That is what we're saying. Now, some women know but they don't care. While others don't know. There are some innocent ones who don't know at all that this is what their husbands does for a living. And it's not just the men, even some women. Some men don't know that their wives don't go to work. They go for, akuna. They have politicians that they service. And I shower as side hustle. Their husbands don't know. Whereas there are others whose husbands know, their husbands know that this is the side. And I keep saying it, if you don't maintain a cordial relationship with your spouse, you may not know certain things. You'll be kept in the dark. You'll be kept in the dark. This pressure to belong, pressure to show off is destroying more and more young men and women. Go on Instagram, you become so intimidated. It's as if you are the only lazy. Even like Buhari said that people are lazy before, lazy youth. You will think you are the only lazy youth in Nigeria. Because all you see are wealth, people showing up, dressing, hair, name me, jewelry, trips. Couples giving you couples go left, right, and center. Today they're in Bahamas. Tomorrow they're in Maldives. Next tomorrow they're in Dubai. They're here. They're traveling around, and you're looking at your husband at home. These are your fellow men. When was the last time? In fact, have we ever gone on holiday? Did we ever have a honeymoon? Look at Nkechi. They just got married 6 months ago. They just got married 6 months ago. Now look at them in Maldives. They're enjoying themselves. But yeah, Instagram will just put you in this pressure. Honestly, I am not more into Instagram. I am not. Not that I don't like it, but it's a place for business. But honestly, a lot of things people do there put young people, young men and women under pressure and in trouble. Welcome, Hamed Fatih. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And thanks for the thumbs up as well. Thanks for the thumbs up. Kindly click this like as you're coming in. And now I'm asking, if you don't know, for women who don't know their husband's source of income, how would they find out? Find clothes, location, hair, skincare routine, smooth face. The pressure is getting worse, according to Pat. Worse. It's getting worse. It's getting worse. How do you explain a young man of 29 years old? Now, I'm looking at the age. I know 29 years, he should be a graduate and working, but I'm not expecting that kind of wealth. When you know that his father is not George Bush, neither is his father Trump, or his father is Buhari, you know he is just an ordinary young guy who goes to work. And this is what I keep saying, that if you know, let's assume that some men are fronting business. They have a business that they front, and they use all these other activities behind doors. When you know that this is the kind of business, you know the kind of income that business gives. If he's a cleaner, you know a cleaner, this is how much a cleaner makes. If he's waiting at the door, you know how much. If he's working at the factory, you know how much. At least you have an idea. If he's into Uber, you know. If whatever his business, his work is, you know, at least you'll be able to put two and two together, especially if you are educated and you are wise. You should be able to put two and two together. A man coming home overnight with wealth, with so much money, that should call for worry and concern as a wife. That should call for concern. Yahoo everywhere, my sister. Yahoo everywhere. 18 years old, get house and Benz for Abuja, spray money at the nightclub. But is it just even spray money? They buy expensive wine, expensive champagne, and they just wash hands with it. They wash hand. The day I saw how much one of these bottles, there is this one they sell for 1.5 million. A young guy bought four of this wine, this champagne, and was washing. His friends were pouring it on his hand, and he was washing. One bottle as of then was 1.5 million naira. 1.5, and he's flaunting it on Instagram. And young boys were hailing him, Babao, Babao, hey, Babao. God, when you are asking yourself, God, when, and you are hailing and tapping, what are you tapping? Even if he made the money the legal way, even if he worked hard for that money and decided to wash hand with the money, does it not call for some concern? What is our society turning into? So anybody that makes money should waste the money. They don't use it. Cha-cha. Thank you, Ahmed. Thank you so much. Neighbors are saying, don't follow what you see on Instagram. The real wealthy people don't display their wealth on Instagram. They use Instagram to help, to inspire and help people. Thank you. They use it to inspire and to help people. They create jobs. They don't waste it. Who washes hand with, 1.5 million times 4? We're looking at 6 million naira. One night club, that is excluding the food and other drinks, the drinks that they drank. I'm talking about what they use in washing their filthy, dirty hands. 6 million at a go. You just waste it, you pour it, you just waste it. It's like lighting the cash and burning it, sending it into flames. And then there's a young man out there worried that these are young men like me. He's a young man like me. Is he not 29 years? He's 29 years. Look at the kind of wedding. Look at the kind of life. Look at the kind of cars. Look at the kind of house he's living into. He's living in. Mommy Fechi say it's unfortunate and sad that people will at home. Okay, that people at home with someone in the name of marriage and they don't know what they do. With some, I think maybe it's typo. Yeah, it's unfortunate and sad that people will, I think it's a typo error. There is a typo. But say, host, this your talk is for people that have brain, not this generation. But we still have people with brain in this generation. We still have Pat, you are a woman with brain. You are hardworking, so you can question it. And this is the reason I have chosen to speak. Let me be that voice in the wilderness, crying and shouting, repent, for the kingdom of God is at hand. I want to be that voice in the wilderness, shouting that young men need to stop this. Young women need to stop this. It is time for you to start asking questions. Start snooping if you are not sure. If something is fishy, something is not right, start snooping and ask questions. Otherwise, the day he goes down, you go down with him. Your children go down. These innocent children will be dragged along with this man when you keep silent. Expensive wine, no, I can't be pressured. Even God knows that. Thank you. God went this generation. Honestly, God went. That's when you see them shouting up and down. God went. How come I'm not seeing Nemu's message? I think maybe it's your network. I think it's your network. Let me drop the link again, okay? Please click on the link and jump on it. Let's discuss. That is my 6 years salary. Honestly, Pat. And somebody blew it in one nightclub, not up to 30 years. Not up to 30 years. Blew it. Okay, we live at home. Okay, I get you now, mommy. You don't see wealthy people display raw cash on social media. That's red flag. In US, those accounts are watched closely. And that is how they get these people. You know, it's as if, okay, Pat, refresh your page. Refresh your page. It's as if when they start making this illegal money, they lose their senses. Who makes such money and comes online to flaunt it? This was how they got Hush Puppy. or hush busu, or hush, I don't know what to call him, the one, that hush puppy. This was how they got him. They monitor these people because they know, they are watching closely. When you come on social media to display cash, to flaunt cash and spray money around, they begin to watch. Their eyes goes on, their eyes will just be on you. Their eyes will be on you, and they watch your account. They watch the inflow and the outflow. What you buy with your credit card. All your transactions are monitored. But of course, these brainless people don't care. All they care is the affirmation, the praise singing on social media, the intimidation, how they're intimidating Namdi, intimidating Chooks, intimidating Emmanuel, intimidating Joseph, and basking in the glory that is being showered on them on social media. They hail them and call their names and tap. They don't care, because that is the only way they can show this money. Pepper them. It is the only way they can enjoy this money, because if they don't show off, what is the use of the money to them? How would you know that they have arrived if they don't show off? How would you know that they have arrived? How would you know they are driving the latest car in town if they don't show off on Instagram? How would you know that they're putting on designers if they don't show you and show you the tag? How would you know that that they have money if they don't wash hands with the expensive wines at the clubs? How would you know? Person use my CCS hustle salary, wash hand for one night. God, locate your child now. Borrow me small money from my future money. Why can't this woman ever be serious? We live at home. I meant to write. Oh, okay, mommy. Yes, I understand. It's typo, mommy. Part, be careful. Yes, that's how FBI catches the thief displaying cash and expensive cars that the source can't be verified. Somebody is making money the illegal way. And the brain, the small uvuru, the small chicken brain or fish brain did not tell the person that this is a developed country. This is a Western world. This is not your country, Africa, Nigeria. For instance, where the government is corrupt, this is not a place. You are talking about a developed world where they watch you, they watch your account closely, and they just tie a rope around the person's leg and let the person loose. Onaga chum like foul, not knowing that there's a rope around his leg. He'll be going chum, displaying the wealth, flaunting the wealth. There is rope around his leg. One day when they are done, your cup, the cup is full, they start pulling the rope back, and that is how they land in the net. Who does that? Because that is the only way they can intimidate people. Showing off on Instagram, showing that they've made the money, so that you and I can be intimidated. Oh, I can't be intimidated. I can't be put under pressure. You can't be put under pressure. Slow and steady. You're going to get there. We all can't be wealthy overnight. We can't all be rich overnight. But contentment, patience is a virtue. Be contented with what you have. Learn to manage what you have. Work hard, yes, do your best. And God will see you through. You may not be wealthy, but you're leaving your mark. You may not be very rich, but you're adding values. What value are you bringing to the table? What value are you adding to the society? Aside flaunting your wealth on social media. In Nigeria, anything goes. So everybody wants to show pepe. Honestly. Who's puppy called who's cat? I don't know. Be yourself, Dynasty. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you. Please, guys, as you come in, kindly smash the like and share out the stream. Help me smash, okay? Like, thumbs up and share out the stream, okay? December is coming. Another time to pepper people with money. That is when Edu Malaysia will come. Emeka in Indonesia will land. Chinedu na Dubai will land. Ikechuku of Brazil will land. And all that. Edu one They are coming. December is in 2 months' time. They are coming to intimidate this young, hard-working men. They are coming to intimidate. December is coming. This is when they show up. And young, desperate women who have been waiting for Edu Dubai, Chinedu of Malaysia, Emeka of Indonesia, Chima of Dubai, Ike of Brazil. These young women are waiting. They are driving away all the suitors. No. Will you marry me? No. I don't want to marry. I'm not ready to marry. I'm not ready yet. It's not God's time for me. You are waiting for Chinedu of Malaysia to come. And you don't know what Chinedu of Malaysia does. You don't know what Emeka of Brazil does. You don't know what Nnamdi of Indonesia does. You don't know what Ikechukwu of South Africa does. You are waiting for them to come back. And when they come, then you will be ready for marriage. Straight up, will you marry me? Yes, you'll be ready for marriage. No question asked. After all, he came with convoys. He came with big boys. Look at his designers. Are you seeing his palm slippers? That palm sandal can cost a lot. Designers OT. The guy came loaded. Just for Ikwaka, he's spreading you dollars and pounds. He's spraying you dollars and pounds. If in London, you will soon go enjoy your husband in Indonesia. Then you now start saying you don't know what he does. You don't know his source of income. You don't know his source of livelihood. I didn't know. No, you didn't know. When he came, did you sit down to ask yourself, what is this guy doing? What's in South Africa? What is he doing? Your family are so happy because they have seen a money bag. They have seen big guys, big boys. They came in convoy. Straight up, they give out your hand and not the straight. They just give you pregnancy and rent one big mansion for you at Banana Island. You stay, Oriako, and you are enjoying the world. The day Emeka of Malaysia or Chinedu of Indonesia or Ikechukwu of South Africa, the day his scope will be full, you will see him all over social media. And of course, your picture will be there, just like this young man. Your picture as a wife will be there. The same way they celebrated you on Instagram, that is how people will drag you like Tiger Generator on the same Instagram. And then the next thing, people will start saying that it is you, the woman, who mounted pressure on him. It is you who pushed him into crime. It is you who pushed him into it. Because you are greedy, you are not contented. Ask questions. Oh, should the verse is still. Oh, pass. They are everywhere. Raymond Hushpuppi, the fraudster of that one is he not of Dubai? In fact, he flies around, he goes around. Ask questions. If you are not sure of your husband's source of income, ask questions. Stop sitting down and pretending and eating the money, thinking all is going to remain that way. When Chimak, yes, when Chimak was busy duping people, Chimak was busy doing this. You bring one, you get 10. You bring 10, you get 50. What is it called? Hey, I'm trying to remember the name. Write it in the comment section. You bring 10, you get 20. You bring 20, you get 50. When he was busy doing that, I don't know why the name escaped my mind right now. Pat, give me the name, Biko. When Chimak was doing this, when the wife was enjoying all the trips abroad, in fact, he bought her a very beautiful car then, custom made, customized car, a very expensive car. That is what he got for the wife. Egon money, people's money, Ponzi, thank you, Ponzi scheme. When Chimak was doing Ponzi and people's money, do you know how many people who lost their life because of the amount of money they lost in Ponzi scheme? A lot lost their lives. Chimak was all in all churches. Look at his pictures and his videos. He's always receiving anointing from pastors. They are pouring him ororo every time. Man of God. What happened? The wife and the children eventually were dragged into the mess. Ask questions. Ask questions. Don't just sit down and eat money as a woman. If you are not sure, ask questions. Ask questions. Yeah, host, apart from intimidation, some girls like that type of Yahoo guy. They will tell you they like Yahoo guy with a God-fearing guy with a touch of Yahoo. A God-fearing guy with a touch of Yahoo. Who does that? You want a Yahoo guy who is God-fearing. You are sitting on a long thing. It is pure lie. You can never get a God-fearing guy or a Yahoo guy with the fear of God. Or they impossible. It is not possible. Chimak ruined lives. He ruined lives. I know at least of 3 persons who lost their lives when the whole thing went down. Some were rushed to the hospital due to heart attack. Those whose businesses were crumbled. Their businesses were crumbled. Yeah, thank you. Host, today is supposed to be Bola Toko. You come turn preacher of love. Oh, me, I'm not included. I'm Odogo of Brazil. No, you are not included, sweetheart. Oh, smart girls don't fall victim again. The smart ones don't fall victim, but the gullible, greedy ones will always fall greedy. They will always fall victim. The gullible, greedy ones will always fall for it. Cornelius of Brazil. Pat, remove my husband. Yeah. Yes, I'm in Brazil. Just once pregnancy don't enter. Yes, these are the type that after her once pregnancy will enter. Yeah, Ponzi scheme, you want your man, yes. Women ask questions so that you will have peace. Nzubechi Kathleen, welcome. Thank you so much, Wanyoma. Please kindly smash the like, Nzube, as you come in. Thank you so much. But those ones were caused by lack of financial literacy. Not just lack of financial literacy. Okay, not just that. Even those who are financially aware and literate fell victim. These people have a way of convincing people to fall into their Ponzi scam. Yeah, that Ponzi scheme will happen. It was a shock, and this is not the first time. The board prize, welcome. Thank you so much. Pat, it is, you see, as one Ponzi scam or scheme, whatever it is, goes down, another one comes up. As one is going, people are falling, another one comes up. Why can't people just learn? In Nigeria, these things are scam. They are scam. Bring 1 and you get 10 tomorrow. Bring 10, you get 50 tomorrow. What is that? And then you go and carry all your savings. You go and empty your shop. You liquidate all your assets. You borrow money and go and give it to one young man like you with brain. All because of what? Greed. If some wife asks too much questions, the guy might delete them. There are ways you can ask these questions, Pat. If they're really literate financially, they would have known that in investment there is nothing like that. No, like even okay, for instance, this crypto and the rest of it, we know there are a lot that are scam, okay, and people still fall for it. But how would you know? How would you differentiate? A lot of people have genuinely wanted to invest into all these things. But unfortunately, even those, like, okay, somebody has a fish farm and a poultry, and then started up a Ponzi scheme. But eventually, what the person was doing, the person fronts a business. We saw the business, but was busy doing something illegal behind, gathering people's money and then just absconded. Or is it the one that was collecting foodstuff? Pat, you know this one now. What is that her name? In Nigeria, collecting money to buy foodstuff in bulk, and then when the prices go up, then she will sell and distribute the money. Alas, what she was running was a Ponzi scheme until luck ran out of her. I beg, I need money like this. So December is coming. We need to pepper our village people. Yeah, the need to pepper village people. That is what is causing all this. Why do you need to pepper village people? Why do you need to go and disturb the peace of village people? Juba, welcome. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Juba. Thank you for coming. Please, guys, as you come in, kindly smash the like. Why do you need to go and intimidate village people? What has village people done to you? This young man will come. Mandine different things. Mandine belonging to different cult group. Trading in arms. After gathering all this money, they come back home to come and intimidate one innocent Chukuma, one innocent Okechukwu in the village. And then take away their girlfriends. Cash, you thought they slap you with cash. A young guy that has been managing his girlfriend and building the relationship, they will just come and roof it and take the girl from you. Some cash out for real and then spread the good news. Then they run with the money when many start to trust them. It's a mind game. That is how it works. Absolutely, Shade. This is how it works. Good intention from the onstart. And when those people, especially the first few people, when they cash out, they go and spread the news. And then when these people now start seeing that more people are coming in and investing, they just gather the money. They take off. They are scam, but some of these people used to put jazz in their mouth when talking to you. When you will invest all your savings, you will not know. I believe some of them are using jazz. I believe some of them. And then there is a mind game, like Shade said. They watch the trend, they see. When they notice that some big ones, some big money is coming in, that is when they now plan their exits. They come up with stories, how business fail, how this, how inflation, how they start coming with stories of how monkey born one, two die. When they start coming with this story, just know that Mary wants to rain. Rain is about to rain. Just know when stories start coming in and they start delaying payments, know that stories is about to get in. But I don't know, the greed will not allow people open their eyes clearly to see that these things are fraud. Even to read in between the lines. A man who has been paying you consistently suddenly start giving stories. You can't go, you are still putting in money. Greed. When they win the trust of people, then they just take advantage. Why can't people even do these things the legal way? You can run a legal Ponzi. But no, greed will always take over. Greed will always take over. Greed will always make them want to do the unthinkable. This is not just Chinmark. So many. Chinmark wife was enjoying it. When I saw that customized car, I said, okay. Yeah, we're going the mother. He's always doing giveaway on social media. Always doing giveaway. Always doing giveaway. And I ask, are these not people's investment? These are people's money. Must you do giveaway all the time? People's money, you say you are running a business where people give you money. They hand over their money to you. And then you are buying your wife customized cars. Today she's in Dubai. There was a day he posted that he had breakfast in Dubai, lunch in another country, and dinner in another country. I said, who does that? Who does? What kind of money do you have that you will have your 3 square meal in 3 countries because you have the money? And you say you're a businessman? Greed, joker. Greed. When people cannot be contented, they allow pressure push them into the unthinkable. They allow pressure to affect them. Even parents nowadays don't help issues too. They pressurize their children to go and make it no matter how. Thank you so much, Cornelius. Which brings me to what this particular talk now. Back in the days, at least from what I can hear, even as a young child growing up, there are things you cannot come home with. I personally, as a young lady, then back in the days, growing up as a teenager, there are things you can't come home with. Your parents will question you. Where did you get that from? Who gave you that? Even when it is a gift, they want to know who gifted you this. They will ask you to call the person or want to meet with the parents of that person that gave you that gift. But what do we have today? Parents who don't care about how their children bring home money. Your son just graduated. He just graduated and landed a job. In fact, he's still doing his NYSC or Butemoto. I know cars may not be expensive, but there's a kind of car your son who is serving. How much is Alawi? Alawi, if I'm not mistaken, is not up to 50,000 naira yet. When I collected 11,500. Alawi, the what NYSC pay, what government pay people, is not up to 50,000. And your son comes home with a Jeep, with a big car. You as a mother, wait, let me display it. Let me display. Hey, my people, come and see you. Hey, God has blessed my son. Oh, he came home with a car. Hey, Oye Kambusie. Hey, Abatogi, come and see you. My neighbors come. Oh, my son bought this car for me. Hey, Anama. Hey, Anama. On Sunday, that one mama, you go and do Thanksgiving. You carry that car, you buy goat, a big goat, and you carry the goat along. Hey, you go and thank God. What is the source? How did your son make the money? Before you start dancing, Mama, have you asked your son who is doing NYSC? How did he get the money? Government does not pay. How much is government pay? That your son came up with a Jeep. You as a mother, you are dancing and thanking God. Thanking God, calling all the neighbors to come and see. You are calling all the neighbors to come and see how God has blessed your son with a car. And then he said, Mama, don't worry. You see this house, I will roof it. I will renovate it. I will do this. I will do that. And then he starts doing it. NYSC, how much is the alawi? How much is the salary government is paying? Parents need to wake up. Be responsible. Be responsible. When your children come home with money, with things that you know that they can't afford ordinarily, ask questions. That was how it is done in those days. You ask questions. How did you get this? You don't just come home with something. Ask questions. Don't just sit down and enjoy it. Me, I don't even have energy to follow. I just stay my lane. Thank you. It's obvious when someone makes so much money within a year and can't explain the source. It is always obvious. See, unless the person is pretending. Unless the person is pretending. Oh, I cannot just sit down and then suddenly one big motor come, one big expensive, and I'm seeing expensive designers and jewelry. I'm not asking questions. You just tell me, dress up. Where do you want to go for our next honeymoon? I say, how about Dubai? Okay, no, Maldives. It's okay. And I know your salary. I know the business you are doing. You are selling spare parts. Did you empty your shop? And then you say, I should dress up. We are going on a trip. A teacher and follow. When we get the expensive hotels, we start enjoying, eating, drinking. No question asked. As a woman, that means you know, but you are pretending. You don't want to lose that source of income. You don't want to stop. The day the man goes down, you as a wife, your children all will be dragged into it. Nobody will be spared. Your pictures will be all over social media. Ask questions. Ask questions. Ask questions. Ask questions. Don't pretend that you don't know. Don't pretend. Don't pretend. Sniff around when you are not sure. Sniff around. And parents, all this unnecessary pressure on young guys should stop. Why mounting pressure on a young guy who just graduated? ASU is on strike right now. ASU has been on strike for the past 6 months. Your young sons go out and they're coming every day. You don't know where their whereabouts. They're still living under your roof. Do you ask them where they go to? Do you? Or you're a woman, a young lady, she's unmarried, still living under your roof. Heavy designer's bag. Every day she's traveling. Every day she's traveling. And as a mother, you cannot sit your daughter down to ask her. Instead, you are enjoying. Instead, you are pushing her, mounting pressure on her. Our bag of rice is finished. There is no food in the house. Who is supposed to feed you? Are you supposed to feed your child, or is your child supposed to feed you? Who is supposed to feed you? These are your children. You are supposed to feed them until they find their feet. It's miracle money, or leave them for them. I don't tell you, say they need them because they will have high BP in Canada, medications in Switzerland, and broke in Nigeria. Thank you, Nzube Kathleen. What we have today are mothers who mount pressures, parents who mount pressure on their children. You start comparing. Your son has gone abroad for how many years? Do you even know when he returns home? Do you even genuinely, even if you don't have control, do you genuinely ask him or her or your daughter, what do you do over there? What do you do as a parent? It is your duty, your responsibility. Stop comparing them and mounting pressure on them. Look at this house here. Look at that house. Peter just built it. Peter finished building his hotel. John has just finished building the second mansion. Kelechi is laying foundation for his school. John is building this. Peter is building. You keep comparing and mounting unnecessary pressure on your sons. They will drag the entire family name in the mud. Everybody will be dragged. The sisters, the brothers, you, the parents, everybody will be dragged. Your children will trend, but they will trend on the wrong reason. They will trend for wrong reasons. Stop unnecessary pressure. The world is difficult already. Things are hard, things are tough, situations are tough all around. Those who are making it legitimately, stop looking at those you don't know their source of income and mounting unnecessary pressure on yourself. So long as you don't know their source of income, maintain your lane. Enjoy what God has given to you. Maintain your lane and keep doing what you're doing. Just one day, God is going to open the doors of favors for you. It could be in form of contract. It could be in form of a good job, a better job, a well-paying job. It could be connection. God can link you with people who will change your life. He will put helper on your path, in your way. People who will help to transform your life. People who will add value to your life. So long as you stay focused on your goal. So long as you are contented. So long as you are grateful for what you have today. And you believe in God and in hard work, He will set people on your way. He will help you. He will prosper you. If it's business you are into, that business will prosper. If it's work, He will send people who will come and see the work of your hand, your creativity, and then they will take it up from there. Just be creative. Just be creative and hardworking and be contented. Be grateful. For these fingers, all are not equal. All are not equal. We were not born on the same day. Neither are we all going to live the same day. We're all not going to make money on the same day. Our lives cannot transform overnight on the same day. Everybody have their time. We all have our time. We all have our time. Nzubechi, Kathleen, welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you. Welcome, Nzube. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Because of network, I just wanted to be in the background and run out.
Okay.
But
Okay.
this topic is a very sensitive one, and I'll be speaking from this part of the world where I stay in Nigeria. Now,
Okay.
you said something that back in the days when you were growing up,
Yes.
then life wasn't the way it is right now. Okay, things were a bit better than it is now. Do you understand?
Yes.
And I don't know how to. I'm trying to be very careful with my words, but things when I were not the way it is now. Do you
Yeah.
understand? Then there was fear. There was, you know, the country was better. Let me put it that way.
Mm.
The country was better than what it is right now. Do you
Yeah.
understand? The
Mm.
cost of having to feed a family, the cost of having to run a family, it was lesser. I'm not trying to encourage what is going on, but I'm trying to make a point here.
Yeah.
Now, what we have been subjected to is poverty. We used to have the rich, the middle class, and then the poor. Sorry to say. Do you
Yeah.
understand? But now it's a case of it's either you're rich or you're poor. There is nothing like middle class
Yeah.
anymore.
No, no middle class anymore.
Yes. So now what we have been subjected to is poverty. And the reason why we're subjected to this poverty is so that we will be at the mercy of these people that have subjected us to this poverty. So that it will be easy for them to manipulate us and use us as tools for whatever it is they want to achieve when they want to. I do not want to mention names. I do not want to go into certain things. But if you're here and you're in this part of the world, I'm sure you understand what I am talking about. And this generation, 15 years girl now live with a boyfriend and the family is aware and happy. Pat, that is what I'm talking about here. See,
Irresponsibility.
yes, back in the days, the cost of having to raise a family, it was cheaper. Now people can barely feed. I'm not saying that is a good enough reason why a good reason why people should go the other way. But I'm trying to tell you what is going on. The pressure, the things going on, the society. And let me tell you, this way of life now seems like a normal way of life. I don't know if you get it. It seems like
Yeah.
everybody's doing the same thing. So these children grow up in environments where it seems like if this person they do and one no go do them. You see 10 people doing the same thing. And mind you, they are naive. They don't even some of these people don't even know the consequences of the decisions they have taken. Eh? They don't know. The celebrities you're talking about are also a victim of what I am just talking about. Some of them grew up under this same kind of pressure. Some of them grew up, in this kind of environment where they see things like this happen and it seems like it's a norm. Do you
But
understand?
you see, another thing is the poverty of the mind. Poverty of the mind. It's not just physical, it's not just monetary poverty, poverty of the mind. Because
Let me
you are
let me
as
tell you
poor as
something.
you think and as rich as you imagine.
My sister, my sister, see, yeah, I know you've been in this part. I don't want to go into details. I'm being very careful. I don't want to. If this was off here, I would have said some things. But
Mm.
because we're out here, I'm trying to be very careful. Now, I watched an interview where a governor of one state here in Nigeria said that when a woman gives birth in his state, whoever that has watched it can actually confirm this, that they give the woman
Yeah.
a backpack and 500 naira. Are you
Yes.
hearing that? And he was asked, what is the
Yes.
500 naira for? And he said, why that how would like a poor person That why 500 naira could do anything for a poor person. Do you understand? Now, look at that kind of scenario. What would 500 naira do for that woman? Mind you, some of these people can barely feed. Now, I'm not saying that is a good enough reason why your child should be out there in the streets. But at the same time, yeah, my only prayer is that whatever it is that pushes people into doing certain things, may I not see it. My sister, if you see the abject poverty that people go through, imagine being in some kind of situation, and in that situation, you still have health conditions to deal with. Some people don't have any justification for it, so there's nothing to justify it anyways. But I'm trying to tell you that it's so bad. Okay, imagine the fact, look at this scenario where a person is also trying to, despite all of this, person is trying to keep it all together. And then as a young person, you go out there to look for a job. How much is the job, Kwanu? Small jobs. At most, maybe they pay you 15K a month. And the person where you go to, they'll tell you, if you don't do this, I will not give you this. When you go to 10 places, it's the same thing. Then maybe you're not discussing with somebody. The person say, is that what 5 people tell you? Give in to it now. Now, so means if I take them my own. See, yeah, pressure is terrible. And it is worse when you're coming from a place where you don't have help. You said something about having helpers. Yes, God will raise you helpers. But let me tell you, not be Nigerian movie. It's not like you'll be strolling out from somewhere and they help you.
My dear, let me gist you something, Kathleen. Nzubechi, let me gist you something. When I say God can send you help, no matter the situation, I'm not saying for everyone, but sometimes if you are diligent and you are patient, you are hardworking, you're still trusting and doing your bit, see, God can still send you help. There is a video just 3 days ago. Someone did live. Welcome, Deliberation. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Please kindly thumbs up, okay? Welcome, Herald of Mary. I appreciate you, Queen. No, Wanyoma, good to see you. Thumbs up, guys. Please, thumbs up. 3 days ago, Okuro Orandibu went live. I was watching. Let me just paint this scenario to you. He was live 3 days ago. And he went in the east. He went to the house of this young man. God, if you see this young man and his brother and his sister, if you see the Umwama, handsome young man and women, and beautiful women, but this family no under captivity. When you see somebody is poor, they are poor and they are all having health challenge. One of the brothers has mental issue. The sister, their first daughter, equally have the same mental issue. The only person who is sane in the family was not involved in an accident 10 years ago. 10 years ago, and he has been bedridden since then. He has spinal injury. He has been lying down for 12 years now. No, 12 years. He has been lying down since 2010. He had an accident. He has been lying down. He can use the restroom. He can eat there. In fact, they have to. In fact, if you see them, you will instant a mother attack. If you say somebody is suffering, my dear, I have never seen this level of suffering. I have never. There is no money to even go to the hospital for anything. I've never seen this level of suffering and poverty, and then the challenge. But when I said this, I'm saying this from the place of faith and hope. Now, this Okurora went there and he went live. Somebody told him about his family. He went there. My dear, when I listened to this young man, when I listened to the young man, his story, what they went through, oh God, you will know that people are suffering. There and then he started raising funds. That same day, the life wasn't more than 1 hour. There and then, they raised 8 million. This person that went there isn't related, not a friend, not a family member. Somebody just took him there. They raised 8 million. By the following day, they were able to raise 25 million. That was as of yesterday. As of today, maybe it's up to 30 million already. So when I say this young man is hardworking, he was doing his taxi and helping his family who were also challenged and having problems until the devil struck. But in it all, you know, they have one sister who is doing a cleaner. She didn't decide to go and stand on the street to be able to help. She was still doing her cleaner. Her salary was 15,000. 15,000, and from that 15,000, they were able to feed and, you know, just manage, even though it was not easy. But the day God saw through, God came through for them. He came through for them mightily. As I'm speaking, there was a raise up to more than 30 million for that family. Well, now what I'm saying is, if you are diligent, it is not an excuse. For me, there is no excuse for anything. Most of these people who are into criminal activities, it is not even poverty that pushed them.
I'm not saying, listen, I am not saying there's a justification for it. Do you understand? Yeah. Fraud, whatever. I am not saying I have not said there's a justification for it. But you see, before I begin to point fingers and probably say certain things, I said something from the beginning. I say, whatever it is they had seen that made them, I have my own story and I've had God come true for me. But the truth is this, I would not, because God came true for me, I would not look at the next person who probably out of pressure or whatever went into doing something else and look at the person and be like, it's because you were not this. It could have been me. I'm not the strongest person. I'm not the strongest. It's not by carrying Bible. It's not by reading the word of God. There are people who, there are people who go to church every day. May we not see what is bigger than us? I am not saying it's a justification.
Someone like John Leon, for instance. These people that were being kidnapped are not rich people. There are still poor people like you and I that were being kidnapped and ransom taken from them. He's not poor. But greed, I'm talking about people who allow pressure because he wants to show up, and then he comes on Instagram flaunting the money, flaunting the wealth. Or is it the 29 years old boy who who had elaborate extravagant wedding, whereas all he does for a living is robbery? Some of these people, it is nothing that has to. It has nothing to do with poverty.
I did not. Hold on. When I started talking, I didn't go towards those people. The reason is because I didn't go there because this set of people are people who want to be seen. I'm talking about the person. You mentioned people who leave their home and their parents know. Some of these people, the money they even make from jumping from one place to the other is not even enough for them to live a proper life. These are the people I'm talking about. Now, I'm not making excuses for them, but I'm also trying to tell you the reason why most of these things are happening. And while I was talking, I said there is no justification for it, but this is the reason why some of these things are also happening. They might not be happy doing it, but this is what they have found themselves doing. Now, let me tell you, I've seen situations where little girls who are 10, 11, 12 are gone. They are taken from their parents. Listen, the person that goes to take them is a woman, and the woman will be like, this is also part of the poverty, whatever I'm saying, because if these parents have money, they will not release their children like this. Now they take these children, they'll tell you that they would send them to school, and that what they'll be doing is to run domestic errands for them in the house. The parents would agree. They stay in the village, they bring them to Lagos. But at the end of the day, that's not what they bring them to come and do. They take them to hotels to go and prostitute. Some of them, after fighting, because when they refuse, they beat them. See, I've seen, if you see the situations, you'd open your mouth. If my mom tells you about these things.
Some are even taken outside the country. I am aware all this human trafficking and things.
At that very tender age, some of them are lucky enough to find helpers that rescue them. While some, after being beaten, maybe for like 1 week, they give in a 12, 13-year-old.
Those are minors.
Exactly. Some of these children, now, with growing up with that kind of orientation, and now in that kind of environment, what do you think would happen? It will only take the grace of God to put. Now, this is the part I'm talking about. I'm not trying to justify whatever it is, please. And I'm not trying to say it's a good enough reason why people should do whatever. But I'm also trying to let you know the difference between back then and now. And this is the reason why things need to be put in place so that parents can properly do what they are supposed to do as parents. And children can sit at home and know that they are children. When you're a child, be a child. When you're growing, when you become an adult, be an adult. So I'm not justifying, I'm not telling you it's a good enough reason. I'm not telling you, oh, because of this, you should go out there and do this. That is not what I'm telling you. But I'm also trying to tell you that some people, when you hear some people's story, it's just that there are things I really can't share. When you hear some people's story, my sister, I'm happy for this person.
I totally understand that there are people whose situation has pushed them into this. I totally understand, because I'm not even coming from a rich home or anything. I'm from a very humble background. But like, even at there, let me tell you, there are still families with integrity that no matter how they suffer, no matter, even if it's one square meal, they have chosen to still struggle day and night and do it the right way. There are some people with worse situations, but they have chosen to stay and do the right thing. Their parents don't push them out to go and get the money out there. So all I'm saying is the pressure today, especially with the era of social media, is not helping matters. People are being pushed too easily, and people giving, they break easily these days. Because you see chooks, you want to be like, back in the days, we don't see much of these things because they are not on social media. But what we have today is, because anytime, if you go on Instagram now, you open, the first thing you're going to see maybe a very rich, handsome guy with his beautiful wife, living in very beautiful mansion, driving expensive cars and all that. And then you may even spend some seconds or a minute looking and reading their stories. As you're reading those stories, they're digesting, they're sinking into your mind. You go to the next one, the same thing. Indirectly, before you know it, you'll be put under pressure even without knowing it. So our level of patience these days is very weak, and which is part of what is contributing to this greed. Level of patience and endurance is weak these days, whether you believe it or not.
Because, no, I'm not even arguing with you. You're very right from your own angle. Whoever is going to speak next is also going to be very right from his or her own angle. Now,
I totally understand what you're saying.
Nemuza said something, yeah. Listen, I'm a Christian and I get where you're coming from. But at the same time, yeah, things are happening. And I really would not want to. And it's time we get things right. Because getting things right would help curb a lot of these things. The funny thing is that people who come out in public to actually flaunt these things, they do not do genuine jobs. They don't do legit jobs. Do you understand? So now, this is it, yeah. The pressure will be too much because when 90% of the people around happen to be doing the same thing and they are being clapped for.
That is what I'm saying now. They still praise this for them.
People who are supposed
you think you are the only one left. You are the only one who is not doing it.
The people who are supposed to, someone who is indulging in crime has a police officer as an escort. Is it not crazy?
It is. It is crazy. The society, the government, everybody's not helping. This guy that was arrested, of course, he belongs to one political party, and we saw him with some policemen. The society is not helping. This clapping, fake praise singing is what is contributing. Nemuza said, I've seen people who came from absolutely nothing, but worked hard, absolutely nothing, but worked hard and made it. The problem now is everyone wants to make money quickly. Fast money doesn't exist unless you are lucky with the lotto. Jackpot. See, Izube, I understand what you are saying, but you see, I said, are you on call?
No problem now. Be safe. What's that noise there? Hello?
Elizabeth, are you on call? Okay, so our level of patience and tolerance is weak. Emotionally, a lot of people are weak these days. A lot are weak emotionally. Little things they give in. Little things they fall under pressure. Lady Posh, thank you so much, and thanks for the thumbs up, Lady Posh. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming. The pressure, people give in easily. Oh, Benefit, you see people will start crying emotionally. We are becoming weaker by the day. Mentally weak, emotionally weak, psychologically weak. Patience, zero. Back in the days, you think before you even act. Today, people just act even before they think. Why wouldn't there be pressure? There are people who are still breaking what is it called? Kernel, palm kernel, and they're still managing. They're still happy. They choose not to. See, it's a choice. This thing is a choice. You can choose not to join the bandwagon. You can choose not to do the wrong thing. You can choose to keep your hands clean. It's a decision. You can choose. You can make a choice. And you tell yourself, what would be. I have put in my best. I have done my best. And I choose to be upright. I choose to stay clean. The innocent people that are being kidnapped and wasted on daily basis, they are not even rich people. They are still struggling, average Nigerians. Or is it the guy in US? What excuse does the guy in US? This is just one. I'm using these two people as a case study. This is Bechi. Maybe Nigerians should stop voting for crooks. Start from the top crooks. Thank you. It is time we start doing the right thing and voting for the right people. It is time. Small 2K now, 2,000 naira. Somebody will sell his or her vote and then come up tomorrow to start complaining. We need to get it right. I feel ashamed when I look at young Nigerians, youth, campaigning and voting for someone who is weak, visibly weak, mentally has nothing, academically has nothing. He has nothing to offer, zero, other than the fact that it is my turn. And young men and women are standing behind him and clapping for him, cheering him up and campaigning for him. Tomorrow, the person will go and pick up something and start terrorizing the entire nation, saying, claiming his poverty. It starts from us. How hard working are we? People are looking for free lunch everywhere today. There is no free lunch anywhere. There is no free lunch. We just have to make a decision. I understand where she's coming from, but we really need to stop making excuses for it. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a choice. I still believe it's a choice. There are women who are struggling to see themselves through school. They chose not to sell themselves. They chose not to do sugar daddy thing. They chose that whatever it takes, some of them starve. It's all about perseverance. How many years? Little business here and there you can survive. But you see, the problem we have is this competition. Competition, the pressure to appear beautiful. You go and start buying the most expensive hair as a student. How are you going to cope when you know your parents don't have it? You know where you're coming from. And if you call today, now there is emergency, they can't raise 10,000 naira from anywhere for you. Yet you want to carry expensive hair. You want to buy expensive clothes. You want to carry expensive handbags. You want to put on expensive footwears. You want to show off. You want to join gangs and cliques. You want to belong to the big girls. You want to ball at the clubs. These are the things that makes young people want to go into crime. These are the things that mount pressure on young people. These are the things that pushes them into a shower business. As a young man, you know your parents don't have. They are struggling to even raise school fees. But no, because you saw your next door neighbor is riding a car already. You want to ride while in school. Where is that? Why can't you be patient until you leave school and start working? Work for it. It is not easy, I know. The economy is bad, I know. The situation is very poor, I know. but we can still help ourselves and choose not to ruin other lives. Nzube, welcome. Welcome back, darling. Welcome.
Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Nemuzo, please let me quickly address this. I'm not encouraging what. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, I can now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go on, I can hear
Okay.
you.
I want to. Okay. I want to quickly address Nemuzo. I don't want to go into voting or no voting. Like when I was talking earlier, I said that I don't want to go into certain things. I have my reasons. I don't
Yeah, yeah.
want to go into that. It is sad that we're at
Oh, your line
this
is
point
breaking.
in this
Yeah.
country. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you just breaking. Welcome, Fabro Happiness. It's breaking, but speak. I can hear you now. I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Okay. So it is
Okay.
bad that we're in a country. Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you. Speak on. Please smash the
This
like, guys.
Nemuzo, I'm
Help
not
me
saying
click
there's
the
a
like button.
justification. Okay. I'm not saying there's a justification for it. Okay. I have not said that. I'm only trying to make you see some of the reasons why these things happen. I'm not telling you that it's a good enough reason. Okay. I wish things were better. I wish
Yeah,
that we all could go through tough times, be patient and wait for when the light finally shines. Okay.
yeah.
But at this point, students are on strike now. It's been how many months? Over 7 months.
Over 6 months
What do
now.
you think? See, if I go into this if I go into this topic, it's going to make us get into some things that I would really do not want to get into. Now, let me tell you, some of these
Okay.
people who have been out of school for months, their parents are struggling to even see them through school. It's not like the luxury, the money is there. They are struggling to even see them through. Now, I'm not saying it's the truth is that a lot of these children are going to end up doing something crazy at the end of the day, whether you like it or not.
Of course,
Peer
we know.
pressure, peer pressure, and all of that. Things are going to happen.
But
Some of the parents
Nzube,
will not be happy.
Nzube, do you know where I have serious problem with them, with some of these young people? Now, they go into things, isn't it? Do they use the money well? Are they going into this so that they can feed, or they're making the money to show off? That is where I have a problem. Majority, they go into this crime or commit all these things just to come and show off and intimidate, not because they are hungry and they want to feed or have clothes on their back. Not because of that. But they just want to show off and intimidate.
Yes.
Buy what they can't afford on a normal day. Go for what they cannot afford on a normal day.
My sister.
If it's just to feed,
My
believe
sister,
me, a
see,
lot will still be
if
able
you
to manage.
yes, see, yeah, that is why I said peer pressure. You understand? Most times, these people, what they really want to get hold of is not like it's not what they need at that point in time. They just want to feel among. And the truth is this: when they see anyone outside there who encourages them, because they say, let me tell you, whether you like it or not, they don't have a mind of their own yet. Forget all they're raising shoulder and feeling like they're grown. Even those that are 18. Do you understand? Some of them is due to peer pressure. Now they're at home. Parents who can afford right now can probably engage some of their children in learning one thing or the other in order to keep them occupied. Some who can take their children from these federal schools to private universities will just pull them out and take them there. While some can't afford it, some people say, let me just those parents are in the market struggling to sell and make a living for the family. And the truth is that some of them don't even get to see their children until late at night when they come back home. Get me right, or I'm not justifying. When I make my point, I'm not justifying. Whatever you say, you are right. There is no reason for it. You are right. It is a wrong move. You are right. I'm not even justifying it, but I'm also trying to let you know. You're talking about Nigerians voting in crooks. My sister, I don't want to go into that. This thing started from way back. Okay, if we're to go through that, it started from people who started getting it wrong from way back. That's where we are at this point. Do you get? So that's why I said I don't want to go into that, because if I go into that, a lot of things, I will have to start talking about things I don't want to talk about. So I'm only trying to let you know some of these people are out, their parents are in the market. Those who have parents that do not lead them on or do not pressure them, they are probably in the market. I was in a bus. Let me tell you something. I was in a bus while I was doing my diploma in Kwara State. A few years ago. I was going to school. And then in that bus, most times when you're traveling as a student, most people in the bus, mostly during the period of when the school is in session, are always students as well. So in that bus, there were other students. 2 other boys that were sitting close to me. They were discussing about their friend in school, whose mom is single-handedly training the boy in school. There is no father. Do you get? There is no father. This woman sells pure water and drinks in order to send this boy to school. What did he go there to go and do? He stopped going to school. He started doing other things that I would not want to mention. And they were saying that the day the mother will find out that she might die on that day, she will pass out because she's putting in her all. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So when I say these things, I'm only trying to tell you some of the things that lead people into these things. I'm not telling you it justifies it. That is not the point I'm trying to make here. I'm also trying to tell you what is going on. Let me tell you, while I was doing my diploma, okay, I had just 2 friends. Did I say those that have more? Yes, but I saw that I don't want any form of pressure. I don't want anybody to come. I have just 2 friends. I don't even know how to make friends. I'm okay wearing my bedroom slippers to go and take lectures. Do you get? I'm also from a humble whatever. My mom single-handedly raised all of us.
That is because you choose to. That is why I said
so that sometimes she'll be on the road by 12 a.m. Let me tell you something, Oma dear. Let me tell you something today.
Oh, okay, 1 minute, one second, please. Welcome, Fabro Happiness. Thank you so much. Welcome, Oyoyo Wanyoma. Thank you so much for coming. Please, guys, as you come in, kindly smash the like. Okay, don't forget. Yeah, welcome. So, Nzube, go on, please. You say you want to tell me one thing.
See, I grew up in a place where my sister, if you just close your eyes more, they don't spoil your children. You know why? Because even the adults, the grown-ups, the aunties, even some mothers around there, they are all messing up. So as a child, as a growing child, somehow in my head, I began to see it as a normal thing. That's why I tell you, it is the grace, as a mother, as a parent, pray for your children, because there are times you would not be there. Forget it. There are times you will not be present there. Just pray for your children. Talk to them when you can and also pray for them. So these were the things I was seeing on a daily. I don't want to even go into this. These were things I was seeing on a daily. There's someone who, my neighbor, who is.
Now, your network is going off and on now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's just going off and on.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Your network is just going off and on. Okay. Now, Nemu's answer. So, what do you now think the problem is? Why are they doing that? Why are they doing that? Because if you find yourself there, Wanyoma, welcome. Thank you so much. Well, okay, Oyoyo, please, 1 second. I want to ask you to be this. If you find yourself in this situation and environment, and you are able to, and your parents were able to still raise you guys, and you did not fall into it. Those who did, sometimes I feel it is partly the parents' fault, because you have to, as a parent, it is your responsibility to shape your children. Do your best. If at the end of the day they turn out wrong, then you know you have done your best. And then sometimes when these children, no matter what you do, they will still take their part, isn't it? But you see, what I'm saying is, listen to me. Most times, these people you see that go into this, it is not because they are hungry. They are going into it just for show off, greed, and to be able to acquire what they won't be able to afford on a normal day. Anyway, just stay hanging there. Don't go yet. Let's listen to Oyoyo briefly. Don't go anywhere today. Oyoyo man, my greetings. Being a carer with cares, welcome, Queen. Thank you so much for the thumbs up. I appreciate you. Welcome. Uzube, hold your thoughts, please. Don't go anywhere. Wanyoma, welcome.
Thank you so much. I apologize for being late with this sensational topic today.
It's okay.
Well done, my beautiful girl. I love you. Well done. When she talks with so much passion, because
I love that. Yeah,
experience what she has experienced growing up as young as she is. That's why she's speaking the way she's speaking. From what she has seen happen to others and also those related to her. But however, if a child is missing it, it boils down to upbringing, 101%. We know we can, at some stage of our lives growing up, you start making decisions by yourself. When you live in the university, your parents are not telling you, wake up and brush your mouth and go to lectures. You understand? So those are the decisions you know you have to make, and take those decisions for yourself and by yourself. If I should tilt a little bit to what Nzube is saying, I need to straighten one or two things up here. Nzube, I came from a family of 8 siblings, okay? I have 6, we have 6 girls, including myself, and 2 brothers. And we are raised by our mother alone. My father passed when I was a toddler. Maybe I was about 2 plus or going to be 3 when my father passed. So, and then my mother had a little baby at hand at the time. So you can understand why it is raising girls all by yourself. From the time they start seeing their period up till the time they leave your home to their own homes is a difficult situation. But did my mother give up on those things? My mother can tie wrap on the waist and do you understand? When I mean rub pepper on the stick, on the cane, to wait for you. Oh, you went out and she said coffee is 6 p.m. and you're coming back at 10. Just be ready that day. She doesn't care how old you are, she can whip. Okay? That is her own method of doing it, because she realized there is no man that these young girls, springing forth to be beautiful girls, there is nobody for them to listen to as a man figure in their lives. So it's just me and them. Then in that community where we were growing up, sorry, I'm going to take care of it. When in the community where we are growing up, the next street after our own streets, the people with the same age with my 2 elder sisters, that's immediate elders, the 2 of them, the one before me and the one ahead of that one. There is this girl. She was still in her parents' home. She had the first child, second child, third child, fourth child. In fact, she did not even finish secondary school when all those things were playing out. It's enough for you to say, yeah, peer pressure, you understand, you fall into it. But when you remember where you're going to land at the end of the day, you have to shapen up. When you remember that if everything goes down that route for you, you're going to do what? Go back to your parents' place, right? And you're coming back to my mother's place. You have to shapen up. And I have go chintina. So I still take it to what? To parenting. That's where I still take it. Let me give you an example why I said it's parenting. When my father passed, my mother was into a lot of businesses, trying to manage the ones he left behind and all of that. Some failed because she couldn't cope. She did not understand the dynamics of the business. Then one of the ones she quickly opened was a restaurant business. The restaurant business was booming so well. When I mean booming, she sells out before 12 at noon. And then she had to close that restaurant business down. Do you know why she closed it? Because one of the daughters came to help at the restaurant and a man made a pass on her daughter. That was the end of that business. There are hard decisions a parent should take.
Oyoyo, I grew up in a restaurant and my father has fought customers physically for just touching my hand.
Making a pass.
Just held my hand, say, fine there, come here. My daddy punched. I grew up as, let me say, 20 years in restaurant, beer parlor. So if my mother is late, I was running it, and sometimes I leave the restaurant 12 midnight.
You see?
I chose not to hang out on the street. It was tough. I couldn't go to school. I couldn't go to high institution for 5 years. I was running the business.
So there are some hard decisions a parent should be able to make. And you don't make those decisions when your child is already 17 years old. You start making the decision when they are still babies. That's the formation age, so that whatever you impact in them will definitely stay with them longer. No matter how the peer pressure is, it will stay with them longer. When that girl was getting pregnant, the street next to us, you understand? My sister, the one that was my immediate elder sister, the one that was ahead of her, they were classmates. Yeah, they were classmates. She could have also gone the other way. Let me give you another scenario when I talk about parenting. That my second not my immediate sister, the one that is ahead of my immediate, she had a very good friend in elementary school that her father was the local government chairman of Onitsha local government at the time. This small girl at class 4, primary 4, elementary 4, will carry carton of money to school. When I mean box of money to school, and be dashing people. So by the time they will buy all sort of a snack, there is, in fact, money was not the problem. My mother, the girl will come back, buy this snack. My mother say, I only gave you this for lunch. Where are all this coming from? If not the kind of mother that we have, you understand, that my sister would have tilted the other way. Because imagine at elementary 4, you're seeing money that maybe your parents can't even see in a day. You're seeing it in boxes. If you know Onitsha market generates, that's the largest income generation for whatever, for Anambra State. And the father happens to be the chairman local government. So, but my sister will look at it and say, hey, Mama, you TPI today. She has that fear. There is somebody that you say you have to obey. Imagine primary 4. How my mother cropped that was, listen, is either in my house or you pack your bag and go and live with them. So you choose one. I don't want that friendship anymore. I need it to sever immediately. I am a widow. I cannot go to police. Nobody will help me. Even if you guys get into a problem, you understand, their father will use this kind of money she's throwing around and bail her. You will remain in the custody. So the thing is this, if you want to be influenced, you can be influenced. And you're not being influenced because you're contented with what your parents can afford. But because of greed, you want to wear Da Vinci, you want to wear Gucci, you want to wear Fendi, when you know you cannot afford it. When I was in the university, I used to fly from Lagos to go back to school because I school in the far north. When I mean far north, that was where my school was. In the course of those my trip, for 5 years I was in the university, I met a lot of alajis in the plane. When I mean big money, big bags, alajis, right? I should have followed one. There was no kind of complimentary card I don't get. In the plane, each time I fly back to school, nyare, whatever. They will call you all kinds of sweet names. All kinds of sweet names. Then, okay, I am the chairman of this. I am the director of this. I am, Then one of the cards that I got from one of my trips, one girl was begging me to connect her to the Alhaji. I said, I'm sorry, I can't make the call. So it's a thing of choice. Another example I'm going to give, during my final year in the university, when Obasanjo visited my school because his very good friend was a boyfriend to my classmate. Okay, so when Gal was planning to visit, it was a state visit because Obasanjo's son was coming to the state. So they were housed in the state government quarters. That's where they were housed. And we, the classmates and friends of this girl, we are throwing a party for her boyfriend that was coming to visit with the president's son, right? Then what happened? Every chick in the school that were, because it was strictly by invitation, everybody became that girl's friend overnight. They were not there for the party. They were there looking for Benga. You get what I'm saying? So it's a thing of choice. Some people doing that is desperation. There was this girl, you understand? She never got invitation. We never spoke for one day until that party. They now came to my room, please, now if I can invite them. I said, well, I can invite you, but I mean, it's strictly by invitation, that if I can get tickets for from my classmate and friend. And I said, okay, that I will try. This girl that never said hi to me, that I even felt he was following my boyfriend at the time, you know, that kind of a thing, wanted just because of that event. And guess what happened? Who did Benga go with? It was that chick. She made sure her target was to come there to be the catch. You get what I'm saying? So
and she got it.
She got the cat. People have different motives, but it boils down to parenting. If you are well groomed, when I mean groomed, Mommy Fechi has been doing a lot of series on this. No matter how that peer pressure comes around you, you can be able to like remember home. When I mean remember home, the family where you're coming from, what is going to happen to you. There are people on this YT streets.
Oyoyo, you are talking about back even in the days. Today, what kind of parents do we even have? Is it the same parents that are the ones pushing their children, mounting pressure on their children we're talking about? These same parents that compare their children with other people. These same parents that mount pressure. A man went abroad, your son is abroad, and then you don't, he's struggling. A parent will open the mouth and be telling the son that you are wasting time abroad. Kelechi that went abroad just last 2 years has come and built mansion. He has dropped one jeep for us. You that went abroad for the past 10 years, you know, send Diego kobo, 2 kobo every time. Are we talking about this today's parent? I mean, the pressure is coming both from the parent, from the society, from celebrities and all round.
No, forget that celebrity. I disagree. No. You know why I disagree?
No, I'm saying the celebrities, their lifestyle is indirectly, you understand, pushing young folks, putting young folks under pressure. Those who are flaunting fake lifestyles on social media.
You know why I disagree? When I mean I disagree. If you have contentment from where you're coming from, no matter what the pressure is, contentment comes from what? Naturally.
I totally agree. But I'm saying where these pressures are coming in, both from parents.
You know, you talked about, is it the parents of today? Let me shock you. When I was in Lagos working in the bank, we had a couple that I adopted her to be my little sister, right? So sometimes she would go with me because her father was putting fire on this girl. So I had to go to her father's house to meet the father so that the father would know where the daughter spent, you know, her weekends. So do you know, this man was asking the daughter, why is it that your mates are getting married? The girl cry and cry and cry and cry. She was 20, 23, 24. Me that she's coming to see, I never married her. But her father was already putting fire because her younger sister that was 21 at the time, already in the mother Kubanaka also, you know, introduction was already happening. This girl, after crying one day, do you know what she answered her father? That they haven't found a husband, or rather, no man has found me yet. Or do you want me to put a sticker at the back for sale? The man was shocked. And because of this kind of pressure they were mounting on this girl, any man that now came to marry her, that was how she ended up marrying that man, so that she can leave the home. And the man I'm talking about is not today's parents. The man at the time would have been in his 50s. You understand? So it would have been our parents' kind of age bracket. You understand? So the thing is, even in the village is happening. I know of a mother that was telling the daughter that, look, my friend, in my village, we used to call my friend. So the short form of it is my friend. So she was telling the daughter that your my friend is now married. This other my friend is also getting engaged. The other person, when is your own happening? Can go in Igbo so that you guys can learn. Oh no, and everybody gado chana madaka. So what would the girl do? Oh, if
Pressure.
yeah, it's the pressure is coming from the parents and the society. But then again, the other one we are talking about here, being influenced by celebrity and then overzealousness to do what you know you're not capable of doing.
You're not capable of. You want to see, like we're saying, greed, you want to drive a car you can't afford. That is greed. You want to put on a designer you can't afford. That is greed. You want human hair because you saw what is the name of one? I don't even know these celebrities. Unfortunately, I don't know their name. You want to put on an expensive hair like that one. You don't have the money. That is greed. Greed. Absolutely. If you can afford it, is a different thing. It is not hunger. It is not poverty. It is greed.
Greed is number one. Okay, where hunger comes in, is, you know, there is it was Baningo's video this morning where she talked about a boy that tattooed Bobrisky on his hand, and then the mother now made a video. Bobrisky. I said poverty is a bastard. If that woman has something, you know, that she's doing capably, or rather that he's being able to take care of his family, he will not be looking for she to be able to remember them.
Where was she when her son was tattooing Bobrisky on his body? Where was the mother?
The son has told the mother, Mama, I better forget that thing. By this time I finish this thing, Bobrisky will dash me 5 million. The mother said,
You see? Okay, Zubechi fell up. I think it's her network. You see? Okay, for instance, Oyoyo, before we round up, this guy that was recently caught in America. Tell me, is this greed or poverty? He just got married 3 months ago.
It's
flamboyant, expensive wedding.
It's not poverty. No
way. Expensive wedding 3 months ago. Over 60 robberies. Is it poverty?
Poverty. No, it's greed. You know why? The country, America, where the guy is, he can get employment. He can find something to do. But the thing is, in Makwandaibo, if I start doing 9 to 5, how much will I make? I will pay rent, and I live in California. You understand? Ask Nemos about rent in California, mortgage. Nemos can tell you better. It's expensive. California is not a small city, especially when you're living in the city. You understand? So he can't even humble himself, even if it means working 2 jobs to make that ends meet. People do it.
Like so many of our young men are doing. They're working 2 to 3 jobs just to meet up. They are doing that. But that's because they want to meet up with the lifestyle, the standard they have set for themselves. So they have to work to be able to, get that money. And then let's even talk about the wife. Welcome, Lily's platform, Queen. I appreciate you. Kindly smash the like. Thank you so much for joining. Let's even talk about the wives. You were not here when we were discussing about the wives. I need your input on this quickly before we round up, okay? Now, we're saying that women should know their husband's source of income. Know how their husband makes their money. Because it's obvious that, like, I'm still finding it difficult to believe that this young wife is not aware that the husband is into something illegal. Because by the time your husband is bringing in so much money, more than you know, you don't even know his source of income. Or let's even assume that he's fronting, that he's working somewhere. But the kind of money he comes home with, it's 10 times more than what what he's making from work. Are you not supposed to ask questions? So these women now, are they aware or just pretending?
Yeah, I've said
because personally, I'm finding it difficult. Every woman that her husband, I'm finding it difficult to just believe absolutely that the woman is innocent of what the man is doing or ignorant of what the man is doing.
Yeah, I said something in one of my live streams. If you're a young girl, you want to marry, and you live in the US, you want to marry someone in the US, let's just zero it to America because of what happened, right? There is what we call background check. It's not when you want to get employment that you do background. They do background check on you. So you should be learning as you come into a society. Learn how they do their things. Do you know if you're coming from Nigeria to live here, and then your last place of work is Nigeria, they're gonna do that background check all the way to Lagos, all the way to Abuja. wherever your office is. So why can't you learn that? Conduct a criminal background check on whoever you want to marry. It's a little money you pay, but you're saving yourself lifetime of doom. But most of these girls, once you buy them all those fancy, oh my goodness, and then the man will tell you, yes, I do. I work at so place. You believe it. But the thing is, they don't go deeper to find out what people are doing. I'm gonna give you another example. That was 2 years ago, or I think 2019 or 2020. Bunch of Nigerians were raided by FBI. How were they caught? They've been doing all sorts of criminal activities. The office kept quiet because they will pile up your case until they round up their evidence. This boy in California, they were at a party, baby shower. Now, if you see the rain of dollars on the floor, you have never seen that before. Somebody will come there and then spray over $50,000, $100,000.
Can you imagine that?
And
can you imagine?
They are there to support their friends. They are busy spraying money, and stupidly videoing the whole thing and putting it on the internet.
On Instagram, especially.
It wasn't 2 weeks after they landed, their names were all over the news. They were all caught. Yes. And they were not there. Our brothers flew there. Even somebody I know.
No.
Did there? Yoruba people are there. Do you understand? So the thing is, and one of the one I know in that list is a registered nurse. So tell me, as a registered nurse, young boy that just married a wife, your income can take care of you. But no, it's not enough.
It's not enough.
It's not enough. Because you want to buy 20 plots in Lekki overnight. You want people to hail you when you come to an event, you spray $2,000. I mean, it's greed.
I see this all the time, especially in US, in Europe. They go for a wedding, birthday, you see them spraying money, shooting. In fact, they throw in bundles. They even throw money in bundles. And I'm wondering, these wives are, I mean, they come there with their wives. These women are seeing how their husbands spray money. And then you keep quiet and fold your hand. You don't ask any question. Sorry, you are aware when the man goes down, your name and pictures is going to be, even if the woman is not arrested, name and picture will be all over. It's going to circulate just like this very one now. It's going to circulate. So ask questions.
They will freeze all their accounts. So the thing is this, is greed. At that point in life, your parents are not there anymore directing you. You are now a grown man. You're a grown woman. You have to start making some of these decisions yourself. You have to know what is right from wrong. You have to be able to define the kind of life you want. If you want to be influenced by celebrities, you're making a big mistake for yourself.
Big mistake.
Yeah, people that should be influenced, are they still teenagers? Who is influencing you, an adult? If you can't get that influence from your parents, then you haven't made up your mind to be an irresponsible fellow. If you're looking for Destiny because she has they call it hourglass shape. Do you know if she had gone under the knife to get that hips?
Oh, okay.
So people should be extremely careful the kind of choices they make for themselves. And they should stop pushing it out that because of this celebrity. No. They are adults. They should be able to take decisions and take responsibility for whatever their action brought to them.
I don't think... Welcome back, Nzubechi. I don't think we can exhaust today's topic. Maybe we'll continue by Monday. Nzubechi, just I know you're back to drop something. Drop it for us. So you drop your last word. We're going to continue Monday because we can't exhaust this thing today. It is something that is breaking every heart. Young men and women. God, I can't take it. Like when I look at those videos, my heart break. My heart break 1,000 times. Wonder when is this ever going to end? Welcome back, Nzubechi. Thank you, Cheke TV. Welcome. Please, can you smash the like, Cheke TV, Wanyama? You've been missing here, Wanyama. Welcome. Nzubechi, the floor is open.
Sizoyo, your greetings. I didn't want to interrupt you while you were talking. Like I said, I'm not trying to justify whatever it is. Rather, I'm trying to also tell you a few things that causes this whole thing in this part of the world. And I'm not saying it's a good enough reason, but I'm just trying to,
Yeah.
let people know this is what is going on. Okay. Then as for people who are married, like you're a full adult, because these ones I talked about were like are like people who are,
For children, yes. Full adults who are married.
so now adults who you are married, see, first of all, you need a greedy person is a greedy person. Once you're an adult, you're married, and you know your husband or your wife's source of income, and you know what they are doing cannot give them the kind of money they are throwing around, and then you keep quiet, whatever happens will also affect you. So you should
Yes.
know that it is totally wrong. People need to learn to love their peace of mind. Forget what you see
Mm.
on social media. Forget
Yeah.
it. If it's about money, my sister, maybe I would have married one big man since. Okay. I
Abio.
had yes, I had tutors from secondary school who wanted to send me to school, who felt okay. Yeah, my mom, there was somebody to help and all of that. They wanted to send me to school, will change your life, will transform you. But my mom looked at it and was like, no, that is not what she wants for her child. Okay, now let her
You
even assume
see?
that she agrees to it. That what if this girl grows up and she says she doesn't like you? It becomes a problem. It becomes a case
Mm.
of after I have spent money on her, So
Mm. As the going now,
people,
but they've trained you in school.
yeah. So people need to learn to be contented. I don't see, I'm not a rich person. I don't have money. I'm not even close to, I don't have it. I'm a struggling lady right now. I'm a struggling girl.
Hardworking lady.
And you see the little I get that gives me peace of mind, I'm fine with it. If God sends me a helper, maybe when I'm going through one or two things and they come true for me, praise God.
Mm.
I'm not looking for a gombute. If I want it today, I'll get it. So people, mommy fetchy,
Thank
people
you so
learn
much,
need to
mommy, for this super chat. Oh, thank you so much, mommy. Thank you. Thank you.
people need to
Guys, did
learn
you
to
see
be
my super chat? Did you see? Thank you, mommy. No
Thank you.
one isn't there.
Thank you. God bless you real good.
the funny thing is
Thank
that
you.
some of these people you see on social media and you think they have the perfect life, they are going through the most. They are going through a lot. They don't even have the peace that you have.
Mm,
They don't even have the peace that you have. Okay,
absolutely.
so for for adults who are, these ones are adults, you are married and you know this thing and you are there because you want to feel among, you want to, when they call people on the high table, you want to be there. When they mention people that are happening, you want to be there. Of course, you're going into it with your clear eyes, with your open eyes. Okay, so it's not a case of it's ignorance or it's peer pressure or it's whatever. You are
Mm,
very much aware of your decisions and your actions, and so you should be able to bear whatever comes with it. So it is totally wrong.
yeah.
Nemuzo, I'm not
Yes.
encouraging, I'm not saying because this is happening, it's the right thing, and it should go on. That
No,
is not
but
what
she
I'm
didn't.
saying.
She didn't really just. She was still saying that you are right. That some of these reasons push a lot of people, but people need to still make their choices. That's what she was trying to say. That people still need to make their choices. You can decide, despite the pressure, to be good and not soil your hand. And another person can just give in to that and soil, his or her hand. So she's saying, yes, these things exist. They are pressure,
There's,
but we
hold
have a choice. We have a
there's
choice.
I want to chip in here when I mean choice. When we talk about, it's not just about married people. Adult age, I believe, start from 18. You understand? The person is an adult. The person can be sent to university, and then most people are by 17. They are full-grown women or full-grown men. Let me give you a little example of what happened to me when I finished high school. You understand? I wrote JAMB. I was waiting for results, right? That's 3 months before you get your result. I got a job at not a supermarket, video club place where you rent video clubs and all of that. So I got a job there, and I'm the one that mans the place and all of that. Then customers will come, they will pick videos, they will return when they were done watching. Then one man walked in, looked at me, young girl, and then started asking me out. I looked at him, I said, wow, really? But I want you, Mr. So person, that your registration form with me here says Mr. and Mrs. So sometimes your wife can come and rent the movie, sometimes you. He wanted to deny that he was married. I said, well, my registration is not lying, that it says Mr. and Mrs. Then fast forward to 8 months or 9 months after. It wasn't up to 8 months. Let's say when I now got the admission, you understand, I was going back to school. So I was staying with my sister in Lagos. I was going back to school. I was going from Onitsha. I went back to my mom that, look, I'm going back to school. I might not see you till after 4 months or after 3 months, thereabout. Then at that time, my sister had been transferred to Anambra State to head Anambra, a branch in Anambra. Then in there, they have a bank managers forum where they gather, they meet each other. Other banks as well, they gather. Most of them were sent from Lagos. And I came to my house with I came to see my mother with excitement and all of that, shopping to go back to school. One of the afternoon, this man walked into our house. I didn't remember where I met him. I told my mother, I've seen this man somewhere. I've seen this man somewhere. My mother said, where did you meet this man? And there is a branch manager in so bank, blah, blah, blah. I said, no, not in this bank, but I know I've met this man. Then eventually, I now remembered where I met him. You understand? Assuming I was stupid and greedy, I wanted to get the beautiful things this man would have. That's how I would have buried myself in shame in my home. So this man now asked, okay, hey, where are you? Have you gotten where? My mother said yes, so that she's going back to school, blah, blah, blah. He was so proud that he gave me money that I should add for my transportation. So the thing is this, when a child is properly nurtured, no matter the peer pressure, that child can still withstand some things. You can still tell yourself, if I do this thing, will my mother be happy? If I do this thing, will God be pleased? Is this something I can proudly discuss with my parents? That's where I say, and that's what I'm teaching my child now. I say, anything you want to do, and you're not proud to discuss that with me, just know that thing is bad.
Yeah.
Then the other day, her friend was calling on the phone. They were doing three-way call. You understand? One other girl called. They were just doing three-way call. So the other person that called in, I was asking the third girl, how is your boyfriend? The girl that was, they asked, how is your boyfriend? She, shh, my mom is here. And then she dropped.
Oh.
You understand? She dropped immediately. And do you know what I told my daughter? I say, you see, because she knew that what she was doing, as per doing boyfriend at 12 years old, is wrong, that the mother is there. She didn't want her mother to hear. So the thing still boils down. As parents, we should be able to do what we can do. I'm talking about this thing happened to me when I was 18. Of course, I would have wanted to wear human hair. After all, I was going to the university. But no, if you're wearing those things, you bring them home. Your parents will see you. Won't they ask you where it's coming from?
They would.
What is contentment? That's how I would say it. And parents should do the needful and start on time.
Thank you very much, Wanyoma. Thank you, Mommy AC Kitchen, for joining us. Cheke TV, thank you so much. Please kindly thumbs up if you haven't done so. For you, Wanyoma, we'll draw the curtain here tonight. But Monday, we'll definitely carry on with this topic because we can't exhaust it now. Chineke, I almost had a heart attack right now. I almost had a heart attack. Oh my God, I almost had a heart attack right now. Oh my God, I almost had a heart attack right now.
Thank you,
thank you so much.
Amazing super
oh
chat.
My God, thank you. I almost developed heart attack. My heart did beam. Thank you so much, Stella Lota. Thank you. God bless
so much,
you.
Stella. God bless you.
Wherever you are, God bless you. God bless you real good. Thank you so much. Thank you. God bless you. Oh my God, this is amazing. In fact, I'm feeling this here. So, Wanyoma, like I said, by Monday, we're going to continue on this. Like we said, let us be that voice in the wilderness, shouting, screaming. Repent. Don't give in to pressure. Be a good wife. Be a good husband. Shun evil. Forget crime. Let's be that voice. We have to join our voice. We have to bring voice together and scream until our voices are heard. More and more beautiful homes have been ruined on a daily basis. God, it breaks my heart. More and more marriages have been shattered. It breaks my heart. Young couples, young marriages, all for what? Pressure. I feel sorry, really sorry for this young woman. A marriage that is less than 3 months is being ruined right now. The guy is going in for a long time. I mean, for a very, very long time. What becomes of her? Her picture is all over. How many young men are going to come out and say, will you marry me tomorrow? What if she's already pregnant?
She will go to Nigeria and find a husband and bring the man here.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Her picture is all over. Her name is all over. The family name is being soiled.
You didn't hear the end of my story. You didn't hear. She will go to Nigeria, bring a man here. The man will dump her and then and marry another person.
Oh, God have mercy. And then the circle continues. May God help us. I really appreciate you all. God, man, I wish I can drag this. I wish I can go on with this because it's very interesting. Thank you so much. Thank you. God bless you.
Having me. Thank you.
Thank you. I really appreciate you, Queen. God bless you. I really appreciate you. So we'll draw the curtain here tonight. And like I said, we can't exhaust this, but we'll keep talking. We keep talking. We keep screaming. We keep preaching the good news. It has to be good. It has to be better. We cannot keep silent. Even if this is the only thing we keep talking about every day, let it be. So long as 1 or 2 homes are saved, 1 or 2 marriages are saved, our children are saved. Parents are waking up to their responsibility. Do not give in to pressure. Do not allow all those things you see be the reason for you to end your life and waste your life. You can work at, like I said, God can position people. God can position helpers. God can position people to favor you. If it's handwork you're doing, be consistent and diligent in it. Keep doing your best. If it's handwork, God said he will bless the works of your hand. That means you have to use this hand to do something for that blessing to come. If you don't work and you are lazy, sitting down one place and waiting for manna to fall from heaven, this is what pushed a lot of people into greed. Put pressure, push them under pressure, and then they go into crime. And if you're working, you know what your salary is. Please, if you can't do 2 jobs, do 2 jobs for those living abroad. And if you can't, manage it. Live within your means. Don't go for what you can't afford. These are the things mounting unnecessary pressures. So thank you, everyone. Let's meet again on Monday, okay? Like I said, we can't exhaust this enough. I really appreciate your time. It's Friday. It would have been a freaky Friday, but I just feel that I need to talk about this so that we can all ponder on it while we sleep. We'll see how we can do our best as individuals and as a people collectively in the society. Because you and I make up the society, and you and I can only make the world a better place. So I really appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Guys, in case you haven't given me a thumbs up before we leave, kindly smash the like. And I want to say a special thank you to Stella Lotangwa. Thank you so much for this amazing super chat. I really appreciate. Thank you. God bless you so much. And Nemuzo, thank you so much. Yes, part 2 is coming. Part 2 is coming. Wanyoma. Thank you so much. Mommy Fechi, thank you. Fabro Happiness, thank you so much. Lily's platform, thank you. Being a carer with Pest, Cornelis Okudile Ezokeke Dalorine. Thank you. Cheke TV. Oyoyo Wanyoma. God bless each and every one of you. Pat Eyaba, thank you so much. Yeah, my system is hanging. I would have called all the names. Thank you. And my co-host Zubechi, God bless you. Thank you so much. I pray that God bless. Sade, thank you so much. You all have an amazing weekend. May your weekend be blessed, your life be blessed, your marriage be covered and blessed. Thank you so much. Let's give it a little dance before we go. Yeah. Thank you. Good night, everyone. God bless you. And yeah, I'm 2K now, officially 2K. I didn't want to announce it. I wanted to see if YT would take 1 or 2. But thank God it has been consistent for some days now. So I'm really grateful. Slow and steady wins the race. So congratulations to me on my 2,000 subscribers. You must have seen the the video. Thank you so much for your support. Herald of Mary, God bless you. Yes, let's give it a little dance, a little weekend dance before we leave. Thank you so much, everyone.
Peace of mind, yeah. You look like you would like your time. You give me peace of mind, yeah. Your body sitting on my neck, you give me peace of mind, yeah. Baby, let it you are. Please give me peace of mind. Please give me peace of mind. Like that, you give me peace of mind. You give me peace of mind. You give me peace of mind. Yes, I need you because I want you. You're the only one for me. I'm coming home after the party. People hurry stressing me. I hurt you because I know you got it. And you're my company. Anytime I call you, you turn up. And you always come through for me. Peace of mind, yeah. You make me feel like the ocean. You give me peace of mind, yeah. Your body sitting on my neck, you give me peace of mind, yeah. Please give me peace of mind. Please give me peace of mind. You 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 give me peace of mind.
Thank you, everyone. Good night.